Hi there, this is Car Juice, and this is the squeeze on the 2024 BMW i7 M70. This is the range-topping 7 Series, featuring 650 horsepower BMW's new twin headlight design, with 4K cameras on the front and an adaptive grille that opens and closes depending on your acceleration amount. This helps get the batteries up to temp, and this thing has air ride suspension, so it's buttery soft. You also have 21-inch wheels on the outside of this thing with blue brake calipers and a very, very comfy ride. BMW actually switched away from our run flat tires on this, which makes it a lot smoother and a lot more comfortable on long road trips. And then you actually still have like a fix-a-flat kit, so if you get stuck on the side of the road, and you have BMW's award-winning roadside assistance to help you out if you get stuck and you need a tow. 17.3 cubic feet of storage in the rear. You've got space to fit you and all your friends in the trunk after a night of bad decisions. And whenever you're done, you can do a power close, or, you can do a power close, or if you stop it and push it up again, it'll just push right back up. And you've got a sneaky little storage space down here in the bottom. You also have a 15-foot flexible fast charger with ability to do both level 1 and level 2 charging. However, this thing has an over 100-hour charge time for its 292-mile range, so you probably don't want to do level 1 charging. Level 2, you probably could charge it in about 12 to 16 hours, depending on what you're looking for and what kind of charger your home is equipped with. Let's head inside. In the back seat of the car, you have iPads on your doors, which can completely control both your seats, and you've got this additional phone charger down here, so you can charge your phone in the back seat of the car and it'll keep it from getting too hot or cold. You've got extra storage down in the inside here with 2 USB-C cables, which is also very nice. And if you wanted to put on your ventilated seats or heated seats, you can actually do them at the same time if you felt as so. And you have your ambient Sky Lounge package with all of these beautiful lines that light up at night that make this thing look really cool. You can also charge your phone in the back of the seat or an iPad if you wanted to fit it right in there. And I mean, basically anything that you'd ever want, you can do in the back of this car. But for $170,000, you kind of should be able to. I might take a nap, but then let's take this thing on a ride afterwards. So the comfort doesn't stop in the driver's seat though. Whenever you get a little uncomfortable, you can always throw your massage seat on with varying levels of intensity and speed. BMW really has finally started to take our massage seats serious. In the past, they haven't been that good. There's a ton of technology on this car, such as the crystal dashboard that changes to 17 different colors, the ability to open and close your glove box directly on the dash, and it's very, very simple on the inside of this car, which is kind of nice. Simplicity nowadays is really starting to mean more about how much technology you can kind of fit away from your human eye, like the heads-up display that's integrated directly into the dash and is in full color with the ability to display your contacts, pictures, and everything like that in there as well. Your seat controls are a little bit weird for BMW. They're on your door, but they are very, very comfortable, and if you want to fine-tune anything, you can still do that through your iDrive screen on the main menu there. This car does feature iDrive operating system 8.5, which has a little bit of differences as far as how everything works. Mostly just the climate control is a lot easier to use than this car originally had whenever it first came out. This vehicle also has the ability to drive itself at up to 85 miles an hour on the interstate, so it's going to be very good at keeping you in your lane. You really don't have to touch the steering wheel much because there's a little infrared scanner that's actually watching your eye movement so that you're not going to be making bad decisions while you're taking this thing on the highway. Speaking of which, this thing, 650 horsepower, right around a 3-second 0 to 60, and has a lot of safety features too. So the driving assistance, because it has so many different sensors on it, you've got your forward collision mitigation, which can step in if you needed to, if you say didn't brake in time for a dangerous situation. Lane departure warning, if you start getting over on top of another vehicle, it'll force you back in your lane. Active blind spot detection with steering intervention, and an exit warning if you're starting to leave your lane too early or whenever you're not putting your signal on. It also is going to remind you if you're taking a long road trip to take breaks every couple hours, and you can turn that off so that you're not stuck with it if you wanted to do so. You also got your speedometer, which is actually displayed right down in the bottom of the dashboard, which is really cool. And you've got this 22.5-inch screen, which is really, really nice if you're into that sort of thing. I personally really like it, and the massage seats are just absolutely killing me right along with the ventilated seats because it's kind of a warm day out here. But I think we should just take this thing out on a quick ride. Last thing I did want to mention before we take this thing out, if you have your if you're pressing your electronic door and there was another car coming past, the door actually wouldn't open to protect the driver in the event of a potential side-on collision or anything like that, which is really cool. It puts like a couple second delay on there, which is really, really nice. To turn this thing on, since it's an electric vehicle, you just press your start-stop button, and you're greeted by a very aggressive wong tone. But it's kind of cool. It doesn't have an engine, so you got to have something that lets you know that it's turned on. To change your different drive modes, you have your My Modes button here, and you have a ton of different drive modes on the inside of the car. You've got personal, sport, efficient, expressive, and relax. And each of these has a different audio tone designed by Hans Zimmer whenever you're driving it around. So sport is going to unlock the full 650 horsepower, but I wanted to show you how cool expressive is. So each expressive drive mode has a slightly different color art piece inside of here. It also changes all of your lights, and different lighting effects are going to depend on what's going on in the vehicle. And the audio that plays whenever you're driving it, it's like a crescendo. Whom. It's like a Star Wars intro or something. It's really cool. But we're gonna do sport mode because we're, you know, this is car juice, and we juice things up around here. God, I'm just very crunchy. The sport mode sounds really aggressive. It's kind of zesty. I did want to show you guys relax, at least while we're doing this little portion here. Relax also closes all of your doors around, and it's like a spa treatment for your ears whenever you're flooring it on this one. I feel like there should be like a bell whenever you hit the brakes, like. Speaking of the brakes, this thing does have a one-pedal driving mode. Oh my goodness, it's very fast in the corners. This thing does have a one-pedal driving mode. So if you hit the drive button one time, it's actually going to put you down into B, which slowly starts to slow the vehicle down if your foot's not always on the accelerator. And I really enjoy the one pedal drive. It takes a little bit of getting used to because you can't just quite let off all the way, but this car also is reading all of the different traffic signals going on around the car, so it's not gonna creep forward or kind of get you into a bad position if you're using the one pedal drive mode. It'll modulate the aggressiveness of the braking depending on what's going on around the car. I can't get over the sound, it's so silly. We'll throw this thing back into sport mode, and you get almost kind of like a futuristic engine sound whenever you're driving it in the sport mode. Plus, in the heads-up display, there's a tachometer that's displayed when you're driving in sport that actually stays level with how the vehicle is responding to corners and that sort of thing, which I think is really cool. Also in the back seat, I forgot to mention earlier, you've got curtains for both the rear passenger and for the back window, which you can control on the different, by pressing a button on the dash, and you have a different button that pops up on, sorry. You press the button on the door, and then you have a different menu that pops up on your dash to allow you to open or close all the blinds with the push of one button. Really, really convenient. I'm very grateful for that. And now that we're in sport mode, you've got one paddle shifter, which is kind of weird. You only have it on the left-hand side since this isn't a true, you know, it's not a gasoline car. You don't have buttons to shift with. So you'd press your boost button here, and that allows you to unlock the full horsepower of the car for up to 10 seconds, which is kind of weird, but I need to show you how ridiculously fast this 0 to 60 is. On the i7 M70. So in order to put this thing into launch mode, you're just going to make sure that you're in sport. You've got your drive chain and chassis, driver assistance, and then, oops, lane departure warning. Actually, on this car, you do it in the sport mode. Drivetrain, damping, seat support, sporty. Sport Plus, there we go. So with Sport Plus, it automatically turns off your traction control and puts it in MDM mode, and now we are ready. All right, hold on. This is about to be really fast. Holy shoot! Holy crap, good thing we're in Mexico, because this thing will send you to jail faster than Pablo Escobar for not paying his taxes. Goodness gracious. I think it was Castro. I don't know. The mafia didn't pay taxes. It was bad. Or the cartel. God, I am the least cultured person. All right, they are pulling over there. We're gonna do another boost pull. This car's so fast. And the sounds are honestly really cool. I really dig this. The exterior color on this car is called Brooklyn Gray, and then the seats on the inside of this car are actually the new Veganza material, so it's really, really soft, really, really plush. And the multi-contour aspect is really nice with these seats. You can actually raise or lower the headrest just by pushing the button on the side of the seat. That's the wrong button. And really get this thing in the right position for whatever you're looking for. Oh my goodness, things are happening. Yeah, audio system is the Bowers & Wilkins sound system that is standard on the i7 M70, and it sounds really freaking good. Bowers & Wilkins is almost always worth the $3,400 option, but the nice thing is for 170 grand, it is at least included. Let's check the mirrors. It has a very small mirror, but unlike a lot of our other cars, the light is integrated directly into the window for that, which is kind of fun. The windshield wipers are automatic. You just click that up to the first notch and they will go ahead and adjust everything for you there. And the i7 does feature a customizable gauge cluster. So you press this little gear button on the display here, and then you can select between a couple of different views. You've got your content view, you've got your range view, and then you have your kind of reduced, which doesn't show anything down there. I do want to mention that the G-force thing on this feels a little bit unnecessary because it's a massive behemoth of a car, but you can actually track your G-forces whenever you're going through corners, and in Sport Plus, it firms up well enough that it doesn't feel too crazy. All right, we're about to end this video, so I'm gonna get you guys one more crazy pull. Oh my goodness gracious! Wow, that was fun. i7 M70, I'm digging it. Is it expensive? Yes, but if you're looking for probably the best electric luxury sedan on the market, the i7's probably for you. If you're interested in this vehicle, I will put a link to it down in the description below. If you guys have any questions or would like to see me build one of these, mention in the comments below. But without further ado, guys, that was the squeeze on the i7 M70. If you guys do like this video, please consider subscribing, as it does help out the channel a lot. And check out my i7 video that I'm going to link to the description and into the description below that I did a couple months ago when this car first came out. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Deuces.